Welcome to Pat Soundbites IGTV. Keeping new music alive is what I do on the radio and now on video. Conducting live chats with the artists and learning the stories behind their latest release and also playing their new video. Special thanks to my good friend Jody Best of Best Bet Promotions for coordinating and scheduling today's artist. Having over 20 plus years in the music industry, if you're looking for a highly successful promotion and marketing professional who's extremely motivated, look no further than Jody Best. For more information, contact Jody via email at bestbetpromo@yahoo.com. Special thanks today to my sponsor, Go-Go Tuners, for all guitar players looking for a focus on ease of use, readability, durability, and accuracy. Look no further. The Go-Go Tuner is the choice of many touring professionals and a favorite of casual players. Go-Go's signature green you're in and red you're out screen makes tuning quick and easy. For more information, go to the website at gogotuners.com. Special thanks to WBXO Classic Rock Radio Redefined, allowing me to keep new music alive on the radio airways on the Pat Show every Sunday from 5 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. Only on WBXO Classic Rock Redefined. And a big thank you to Mr. Evan Balzer for allowing me to use his amazing instrumental that you're hearing right now. It's called Trails. To find out more incredible music by Evan, go to his website at evanbalzer.com. Today's guest is Mr. Joey Sykes. Joey has released a track called Let's Get Through This and has also released 2 videos, one a lyric video and another done by the healthcare officials, doctors, nurses from St. Francis Hospital down in Long Island. All good stuff. We're going to talk to Joey about the track, the videos, and a lot more, all here on Pat Soundbites IGTV. Hey, live on Pat Soundbites IGTV, episode number 7. As we continue to climb, I got my good man, singer, songwriter, producer, guitarist of the babies, my man Joey Sykes in California. What's going on, man? Pat? You looking good?
How you doing, buddy?
We're rocking and rolling, man. Let's get through this. What
we're doing.
Nice. How's it going, man? How are you getting through this? How are you, your wife, your family going through this right now out in California, doing a little bit benefit shows and maybe writing more, and how are you making out?
Yeah, I'm doing good. You know, just as usual, music gets me through anything. So this is no different than that. And, you know, I've been able to be surprisingly really productive and getting tons of stuff done. I even started to learn how to make my own videos, which is going to be, that's going to be a scary thing because it's very time consuming, you know, and I'm going to launch my first one today, as a matter of fact.
Excellent. Well, tag me to it so I can share it with all the folks that follow me. I've been playing your track. We talked about April 17th. The track Let's Get Through It on Purple Virgo Records.
Let's get through this.
Let's get through this. We've been I've been promoting the video, and man, what a great idea with the nurses and the healthcare workers down in Long Island, man. What perfect timing. I think today's the last day of National Nurses Celebration Week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they picked that up. They love the song, and they got it together really quick down in Long Island, St. Francis Hospital, which is they have like 6 locations, and they just they killed it, man. They got all these doctors and nurses in the parking lot and really thought it out with signs, and it was on the news yesterday, so it's still going. It was on Channel 12 News yesterday. They did a really nice little thing, and a couple other stations, PIX, Channel 11 is also going to be doing something maybe, and WBAB, which is a Long Island.
WBAB Long Island.
Yeah, they DJ Fingers did a nice little thing on it. So it's you know, it's continuing going, because unfortunately I think this is going to linger on. And so the idea of let's get through this, it might take some time, and the song is very uplifting. So, you know, it's the little thing I can do to thank the first responders and people on the front lines that are just totally putting their lives on the line and trying to help this out. And that was my way of doing it, is to just kind of write an uplifting song for them.
Now you hit it out of the park, and I'm glad to hook up with you and able to play it on my radio show every week.
Thank you.
Play the videos and get it out there. And it's all been positive. My phone was ringing off the rooftop. Who, what, what's going on?
That's great.
How do we do it? So I said, you got to support this guy. Class act, great guy, a Long Island guy from the island of Long in New York.
That's right.
A New Yorker.
I've been living in California for the last 15 years, but Long Island is my home, my original home. My family's still there. I go there as much as possible. So, you know, New York is part of me, big time.
Man, I still go back. Last night I was playing your album, Classic New Rock album, and I'm like, you know, talk about timing. Those days back in, I want to say, what was that, the 90s? Was that when you were out there with Coward and doing your thing? It just seemed like maybe grunge or something took over, and it just got lost in the shuffle, because it's great stuff.
Coward was late 90s.
Okay.
That was on Elektra Records, and we have a little Pauling connection, which I guess we can talk about.
Yeah.
With the Coward days, but Classic New Rock was my last solo album that I did, which was a couple of years ago. So that was kind of a new, you know, in the last 5 years, I think, you know, that album came out. And, you know, being an independent, I mean, you can only go so far unless you have like real support and real money to kind of get behind something. So, you know, my website, joeysykes.com, has the album up there for sale. And if for anyone still listening to CDs, and I actually printed up vinyls, so those are available up there. But yeah, it's just like my favorite kind of music was like classic rock, I guess you would say, Beatles, the Eagles, Tom Petty, Badfinger. So the term classic new rock, instead of saying new classic rock, I just said this is like, it's new rock, but like with the classic kind of sound. And, you know, being a guitar player, I used all the great, you know, classic guitars and amps. So I think people into that kind of music will feel it for sure.
I definitely felt it. And I you got a lot of good tracks that I'm going to start playing and tag you with Let's Get Through This as much as I can and direct folks to that. You did that incredible cover of what was it, the Raspberries.
Go all the way.
Yeah, I'm like, wow. I'm like, you know, there's so many, you know, you just said so many independent artists that just, you know, there's not enough of me out there. I'm just glad to be able to be that guy and do what I can to support you guys as much. And so how did you do on the benefits? I know we were talking the first time I talked to you in April, the All Together Now benefit in LA. That made a ton of money, right?
Yeah, it was All Together Now, a part of Rock Seller magazine, and they raised over $100,000 for the LA community. I think probably like $120,000, and it was just amazing to be a part of that. And they played Let's Get Through This, and they also had you know, Mickey Thomas and Mickey Dolenz and Carole King, Jackson, you know, like just this crazy amount of celebrity that came through on that. It was a great benefit, for like over 12 hours long, and it was great to be a part of that.
And then you're a part of the Soundcheck Live Let It Be, right? Proceeds go to Music Cares. I think you said that happened yesterday and going to be released today or tonight.
That was insane. Yeah, Steve Filazzo, part of he's like he runs the Soundcheck Live. He put together like 65 musicians, Nuno Betancourt, Orianthi, Avril Lavigne. You know, just a lot of pretty big celebrity power right there. And I you know did a couple of parts, and I'm in the video, and they launched that yesterday. And so go check that out. Soundcheck Live Let It Be. Great version of Let It Be.
I think the most important thing is you're getting so much exposure and you're being included, which is really good, especially now with the song.
Very honored to be included in that for sure. Yeah.
Any news? You're the guitarist of the Babies. Any new stuff going on with the Babies? I think last time we talked, they were remixing an album or so, and you were working on.
We just dropped a double album, which is a remix version of the first studio album when this new version came out, which was like 2014. So there's a remix version of that, and then there's a new anthology. So basically an anthology with the new lineup, and all the Baby's hits are on there. Every Time I Think of You, Back on My Feet Again, Isn't It Time, and came out really good, and that's up there now. You can find that, and I think we're gonna be dropping a video of with kind of a crowdsourcing thing coming up soon with Back on My Feet Again. So
cool. And then you also do Honey River, which is really cool. A 70s country, California rock pop thing going on.
Yeah, like a kind of a country rock, Jackson Brown, Eagles kind of thing.
Really good stuff.
I wrote all the songs and produced it. A lot of harmonies. That's another thing for anyone into that 70s country rock thing. Would really feel that. I even got Steve Ferroni, who's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers drummer. He played a bunch of songs on Tom Petty radio. He has like a guest DJ show called The New Guy Show on Sirius XM. And he's played like 4 of the tracks on there, and he played drums on 3 songs, and he also played Let's Get Through This on his last show on Tom Petty radio. So he's been a great friend and supporter, and just a great guy, just a supporter of all things music. If he digs it, he's gonna do his best to kind of get behind it. So
excellent.
I really appreciate that.
All right, let's put this wonderful video on. Now you're not going to hear the music, Joey. So what I found out, because I'm a hands-on guy and get into this video stuff, the first time I did it, it drowned out the conversation. The music
Gotcha.
drowned out my conversation. So I can import it after our chat so people can hear us still talking with the volume a little bit lower than the norm. So don't panic when you don't hear it, but we're going to play it. And it's right there. If I can bring it on up. Come on, baby. On that. I think when we talked the last time, Joey, the importance of the video. I mean, more people have a better chance of seeing the video before they even know anything about the record, and it could certainly go viral,
I mean, that's what I was hoping for. I wish, 2 things: that I could get myself out there as a songwriter, and also to get the message out, and maybe even get in a position to donate some kind of, proceeds that might come in just to a cause,
Yeah, and I'm sure you're getting a lot of great feedback. I like the idea that I really like the idea that it was a lyric video. I mean, and it's so radio friendly, and it's just so easy to remember. It's got a great catch to it. I mean, how can you not, love the song and get a feel for it, especially what we're dealing with. And
I wanted the hook to just keep going, and even start the song with the hook, just so it's in your head right away. And it's a very short song, which is another thing by design. I didn't want to go rambling on and have a bunch of solo. There's a short guitar solo, but it's it's pretty to the point, and it sticks in your head.
Where did you get the artwork from?
Oh, my friend Scott Sachs. He's another great singer-songwriter. He's living in Nashville. He's also a videographer, and I just love he's a very creative guy, and I just love this vibe. We kind of talked about it, and he just nailed it. It's perfect, exactly what I wanted.
I mean, just so friendly and a lot of ease to it. It just not showing the end of the world or anything. It's just such a positive, laid back vibe, which was really cool.
And kid friendly. It's just the idea of being, something that everyone can feel. Kids can look at it and get the song in their head. And I wanted all that stuff,
No, it came out excellent. And yeah, I did notice it was like 2 minutes and 26 seconds. But you know what? As long as the message went out and you're happy with it, and that's all that counts. Yeah, you could you have written and put another verse in and made it 3 minutes? But you know what? Sometimes less is better. And I think
sometimes that is, and the message is there. There's no more that I really wanted to say other than that, and then throw in a couple of verses to kind of like, get a couple of lines.
Yeah, boy, they did such a super job. I mean, you just called a friend of yours and said, hey, what about this? Anybody interested? And see what you can do.
Yeah, I mean, there was a reporter. She was a longtime Channel 11 reporter. Her name is Rosemary Gomez, and she works at St. Francis now. She got out of the radio world, and she loved the song, and she got this whole thing together in like a week. She had a videographer, and they got all this together, and the response has been so amazing. Just for people to like say, so nice to see nurses that are in the thick of it, having a good time and smiling, and that's like speaks so much volume that that's what it's all about, and was my vision, to have this song get moments like this. You know what I mean? So
that would be, and you're right. I mean, they're fighting on the front lines and seeing what's in front of them, and there's been so many. I mean, New York, we got the highest cases, the highest death rate, and for them just to be able to smile and get away from it for 5 minutes, a half hour, whatever it took. I mean, right on, brother. Yeah, I get that. I'm thinking, watching this great group of healthcare workers and nurses. There's got to be others, grocery store clerks and everybody on the front line, different occupations that would go ahead and grab this and go with it. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I knew more about. I mean, if any of your listeners or anyone is in this world of like crowdsourcing and getting a video together, this is more specific for St. Francis Hospital because they did the video. But like the thought of having different people sing to the song on their own, on their iPhone or whatever, and then send it to a Dropbox, and I could probably have somebody put it together. But if you know of anybody, or your listeners want to kind of jump in and give me some ideas or help me with this, I agree with you. This could be like a really broader thing.
When I saw this idea, man, I said perfect. And then when I was thinking about it the other day, I go, man, I'm a past fire chief, so I know fire guys would take this in a heartbeat, and I know police guys would take it in a heartbeat. But I mean, I'm just saying, I'm coming from that emergency service background, but I'm thinking, the grocery, the people in a Walmart, and the farmers and the truck drivers, and just making them a little bit of a piece of this where it can still, and for your sake, keep going.
I mean so many businesses and people who are going to really suffer from this time, and it doesn't even have to be healthcare related. It could be anybody, restaurant owners. I mean, people who are just going to take such a beating, and in some cases, unfortunately, small businesses, people spent their whole life to open up a little business, unfortunately probably won't make it. So I mean, I don't know, their own version of let's get through this somehow. I mean, it's easier to say when you're really involved with like losing everything, which is really unfortunate. So if the song ever can get a moment where it made money and went viral, and then I can in turn kind of figure out a way to kind of give back in little ways, I mean, that would be great for me, and could help other people in the process.
Well, that's what it's all about. I mean,
yeah.
and I get you're right on in any way that I can help, and I got your email and everything, and I will definitely keep that in mind with folks that I know that can reach out to you to go,
right.
Because I mean, whoever heard of this flash mob thing, right? And somebody was creative and came out with that. You're in a mall, all of a sudden people are singing and dancing, and then but this would help so much.
Hey, maybe you could get Daryl involved. His Daryl's club's probably not going to be up and running anytime soon.
Well, actually, you know what? They're actually doing really well. They're doing
good.
Daryl does a essentials of items, so he's paying all the employees.
Oh, that's great.
They're selling if you need toilet paper, eggs and milk and fruit. So he's still bringing in deliveries into the restaurant, even though there's nobody in the restaurant, and people are just buying and the menu and stuff like that. But yeah, I can talk to our man Angelo and Pete and make a
Talk to
contact
Pete.
for you.
Talk to Pete Moshe. He knows very well.
Yeah, great guy. One of the best sound guys out there.
Yeah.
You've already kind of covered it, and I talked to you offline about just, again, thanking everybody for getting into the batter's box so I can edit just a specific spot of you doing it and put it into my collage of editing it with all the other artists. If you don't mind doing that.
Yeah, no problem.
Go ahead, Joey.
Yeah, this is Joey Sykes thanking all the frontline workers and the first responders for trying to get us through this. And from the bottom of my heart to you guys out there, let's get through this. Thank you.
Perfect. And now we got to thank my girl Jody Bess. I don't know what I do without Jody.
She is the best. Thank you, Jody.
It's right in the name, and she's hooked me up twice with you, and she's terrific. I always tag her to the video, and I promote her business as well, and she just starts smiling. And
this is when I first met Jody, when
Capitol, right?
Yeah, I was with Meredith Brooks and Tommy Henriksen, and she was there, and yeah.
No, we talk a lot about Capitol, and when some of the promotions, I want to say the Beatles was like one of her first big gigs in Capitol, and to me, Paul McCartney, I think, was like, wow. I was like, oh.
I heard of them.
Well, I encourage everybody to check out the song, buy the song, check out the video, share it, follow me. You can go to joeysykes.com. Joey's on Facebook. He's on Instagram. If you have any ideas on how we can further promote and help Joey out, get a hold of me. Again, go to Joey's Facebook page, send him a message, an email, what have you. How's the transistor radios going, brother? Any new ones for the collection?
Nothing new, but I'm going to keep it going. And the video that I'm going to drop today that I made myself, my first video, has some of my radios in it.
Very cool.
I did a remake of Neil Young, Harvest Moon.
Oh, nice.
And I did a remake of that, and I shot a video of just a bunch of clips in my studio, and I'm probably going to launch it today. I've been working on it for a couple of weeks, my first video that I made myself, so I'm proud of it.
Much success, brother. Jump right in, do it. The hardest part is the editing. It takes a while. Well, I like that, cut that. But right. You know what? I do it because I love it, and I love supporting guys like yourself that are out there doing what we can do. Take care. Stay safe, brother, and we will talk soon.
Thanks for everything, Pat. Take care, man.